Okay, so currently we are in first place with 79 points, and we are 10 points ahead of Madrid, who are in second place. And in the Copa del Rey, Copa de España, we are going to be playing Betis in the second game, where we start off with a 4-2 aggregate lead. And in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, we will be playing Chelsea, so they must be doing really well this season. Now we are going to play our game versus Sevilla, and this is the squad we're going to use, just our normal starting 11. And so they start off with the ball here. They're going to cross us over, but Koundé handballed that, which is why it's a foul. But now Araujo gets this over to Simmons, who gets this over to Lamine here. And we could run all the way here, but Lamine is going to get taken out right there. And Lamine has it again here, running down the wing again. And we just need to find a pass here so we can get a goal. Couldn't pass it there. So we get this to Simmons here. Try to get that to Šeško there, but that's going to be intercepted. As we get this back to Simmons here. We're going to try and pass here to Lamine, who does get the ball and tries to take the shot, but that was offside. Now, Balde with the interception there, but is going to lose it on the second try there. And they're running down the wing here. Get past Inacio there. But Inacio recovers but can't make the interception there. And they get this to Isaac, who is going to score that. And that is an unlucky goal to concede there. Now Simmons has the ball here, and we're just going to pass this to Lamine here. Take a shot, but that's going to bounce off the defender. As we get this back to Simmons, who takes the shot, and that's another block by the defender. Now Koundé has it here, and we're going to pass it over here. I'll just pass it here if we can to Šeško. We're going to take a shot here. And that's a great goal by Šeško and great passing play by Pedri there as we equalize here. Now we're going to get this to Nico Williams, who's going to run down the wing here. And we're going to try and cross this in if we can, or pass it. That's some great dribbling by Nico Williams though. Take a shot with Simmons, but that's going to be saved by the keeper there. And now Koundé wins the header there. But now they're on the attack here. And now Gavi with a great tackle there gets this to Šeško. I'm going to try and pass that to Nico Williams, but that was too far wide instead of ahead. And now they have the ball here. Balde could not get the ball from that. And they're going to get past those three players there. They're going to pass this to Ricky Puig, who gets this to Isaac. And Inacio could not tackle that. And they're going to make a shot there. And that's a great goal by Isaac, who somehow scores that over Magnon there. But Nico Williams has it here. We're going to cross this over to him again. And we're going to try and take a shot here. But that's going to be blocked by the defender. And they have the ball here. So we just need to win this back and try and get another goal here so we can get a draw. And get another one so we can win this. But we are just not playing good this episode. Araujo tries to tackle Isaac, makes the tackle. That's a great tackle there as well. And we should have just passed that to Nico Williams and not Šeško. But now Gavi's going to get this to Lamine, who is through on goal here. Takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper. Now Nico Williams has it here. Gets it to Pedri. We're going to get that to Simmons. Gets it over to Lamine. And Lamine's shot is going to go just wide of the goal. And that is unlucky there. Now we're going to pass this over to Nico Williams. We're going to take a shot. Or we're going to pass it instead. Then take a shot here. And Šeško's shot is going to hit off the post. And we have just been unlucky with our shots here today. Now, they're throwing goal here. And Araujo makes a bad tackle. And he is going to be sent off. And that is unlucky there. Thought that was going to be a good tackle. They hit it off the post there on that free kick. Thought they were going to score that. We get this to Šeško, but that's going to be intercepted there. There's a chance to make it 3-1 here, but Šeško with good defense there. And can't intercept it there. And Magnon with the great save there. Now Lamine's through on goal here. We're going to just pass it to Simmons. We need somebody to pass it to though, but it's like nobody's open here. Get this to Lamine. And he's just out of stamina there, so we're going to just sub him off here for the last 2 minutes for Ansu. We'll also do Fermin for Simmons, as well as Vitor Roque for Nico Williams. Try and get at least a draw in these last 2 minutes, or a minute. Now Ansu has the ball here. He is going to lose it, just didn't have the pace there. And that's going to be the end of the game here, as we do lose 2-1 for our second loss of the season. But now we have our game versus Betis, and we are going to sub off Araujo here for Kubarsi. And then I think we'll give it to maybe Hector Fort here, or Casado. Let's do Hector Fort. Haven't used him at all in this career mode. So we need to win this game. Play better defensively as well though. But way better on attack though, as we did not make really any shots in that last game. But Lamin's going to cross this over to Nico Williams, who tries to get it over to Šeško. Now we're going to get this back to Lamin here. Going to take a shot here. And that's a great goal by Lamin. Managed to dodge the tackle. But now they have the ball here. And Lo Celso passes it forward. And Kubarsi with a great interception. And now Simmons has it here. We're going to get this to Lamin. We're just going to cross this over to Nico Williams, but that's going to be intercepted. But now Pedri has the ball here. Gets this over to Šeško. And we need to just pass it now. We're going to pass this over to Pedri. We're going to get this to Gavi. We're going to take a shot here. But that's going to be saved by the keeper there. And now Simmons gets this over to Pedri. And we're going to get this over to somebody else if we can. Nico Williams takes a shot. But that's going to hit off the post, and that's going to go just wide of the goal. But now they have the ball here, and they're on the attack. This is not good here. Kubarsi just did not make the tackle there, and they're going to go past Koundé and Lamin here. But that is going to be the end of the first half, as we're going to sub off Lamin here for Ansu. We'll also switch him and Nico Williams, as Lamin is pretty tired. So now they're on the attack here. And we need to just win the ball back here. But Balde's running around here, trying to get the ball back, but they just keep on passing it before. But that's a great tackle by Balde. Now Pedri has it. We're going to try and get this to Ansu if we can here. It's a great run there and great pass there. And we're going to cut in here. We're going to take a shot if we can. But that's going to be saved by the keeper. And that was a great dribbling by Ansu there. But Šeško wins it here. We're going to cross this over to Ansu. Takes a header. And that's going to go in. And somehow Ansu Fati just curled that header over to the side and over the keeper. That was a great header by Ansu though. And a great cross by Šeško. But Anasi with a great interception there. So we get this over to Ansu Fati. I thought Simmons got taken out there, but no foul. But now we're going to pass this over to Šeško and take a shot, and that's going to hit off the post. That is very unlucky there. Now Kubarsi just couldn't make the tackle, and Lo Celso is offside. We are going to sub off Simmons here for Fermin, as well as De Jong for Gavi, and then Hector Fort for Kubarsi, and then switch him and Koundé. And then we'll also try and put on Vitor Roque for Šeško. And that'll be it for now. Probably for the rest of the game. But now they're throwing goal here, but Hector Fort with a great tackle there. We get this over to Nico Williams. We're going to try and cross this over to Vitor Roque when we get the chance here. But that pass is going to be intercepted there. And they're throwing goal again here. Koundé misses the tackle. But Hector Fort with a great tackle there. Just passes it straight into the attacker again though. Now Koundé is going to try and tackle there, but can't. Now Hector Fort here with a great tackle there. Gets it to Nico Williams. And Hector Fort's actually doing pretty good this game. We might have to use him a bit more. Now we're going to take a shot here. And that's a great shot by Vitor Roque there. And he scores to make it 3-0. And that is going to be the end of the game here, as we win 7-2 on aggregate. But now we're going to sim this game versus Leganés. And it's going to be a 1-1 draw, with Lamin scoring in the 70th minute. So that's an unlucky draw there. But now we have our Champions League game versus Chelsea, which we are going to sim, That's going to be a 2-1 loss there, with Jackson scoring in the 84th minute. So that is unlucky there. But that's going to be followed by a 4-2 win versus Valladolid, with Lamine, Shesko, and Nico Williams scoring. I think Shesko got 2 there. But now we have our game versus Chelsea here. We are going to play this game, and we have to put out our strongest 11 here to try and get a winner from that 2-0 loss in the first leg. But they are going to start off with the ball here. And Nkunku has it. And now they have some good players here. Mudryk is going to be hard to get the ball from, as he's going to be using his pace there. But now Pedri with a great interception there. Gets this over to Nico Williams, but that's going to be intercepted. Now Nkunku takes a shot, but that's a great block by Inacio. But that's going to be a free kick here for something. But now Gavi wins the ball back here from Nkunku. Pedri's on the run here, passes it to Pedri. And we can go all the way here. Pedri is slowing down though, but we take a shot, and that's a great goal by Pedri, who equalizes us up on aggregate. 1-0 in this game. So that's a great steal by Gavi though. Now Nkunku has the ball here. Tchouaméni is on the team here. But now they're on the attack here. We just need to... And Mudryk is going to use his pace there to get past Koundé. Koundé catches up here, but can't make the tackle. And Jackson's shot is going to be saved by Mignon. But that header is going to go wide of the goal. So we get this over to Pedri here. We're going to try and pass that to Shesko, but Pedri wins it back here. Now we're going to pass this to Nico Williams. Try and cross this over to Shesko here. Take a shot. And that's a great goal by Shesko there. Hit it with power into that top corner as well though. But now they have the ball here. And now Tchouaméni's going to pass this over to Jackson. I think we fouled Tchouaméni there. But now Mudryk is through on goal here. Rajo can't make that tackle. And they're going to take a shot, but that's going to go hit off the side netting. Now he needs to block his passing, but he is going to find a way to get that to Nkunku. And now Palmer gets this to Jackson, who takes a shot, and that's going to go wide of the goal. Now we get this to Inacio, and we're going to pass this over to Nico Williams. Get this over to Pedri. Try and get this to Balde if we can. Now we're going to cross this over, but that's going to be blocked by Hanko, the defender. Now Inacio has it here. We're going to take a shot, but that's going to be blocked by the defender there. That was a good shot by Inacio as well though. But now Araujo has it. We're going to pass this over to Balde. Tried to get that over to Nico Williams, but that's going to be intercepted. And that's going to be another intercepted pass there. But Lamine has it here at the start of the second half. Crosses over to Shesko, but he can't win that header. And Pedri's pass is going to be intercepted as well. But now Araujo with a great tackle there. Get this over to Nico Williams. We're going to try and cross this if we can here. Get this to Shesko, but his touch is going to be a bad touch, as that's going to be stealed by the defender. Now, Gusto is running down the wing here, and he's fast here. Gets past Balde and Pedri. Palmer has it, gets it to Nkunku. But Araujo with a great tackle there. Pedri managed to hold up the tackle there, as Nico Williams has it. And we need to just get this over to Balde, and we're going to cross this in. But that's going to be a bad cross by Balde there, as it goes straight out of play. Now Inacio misses his tackle, and we need to make a tackle here. But they are going to pass it instead of just taking the shot. And Balde with a great block there. But I think that was a handball or something. They're going to cross this in. Gavi with a great interception there, as gets it to Mudryk has it here. Now they're going to get this to Jackson, takes a shot, and that's going to go wide of the goal. So we might actually be able to win this here. And that is going to be the end of the game, as we win 2-0 or 3-2 on aggregate. And they just were getting unlucky with their shots as well. But now we're going to sim this game versus Celta Vigo. And that's going to be a 2-1 win with Shesko scoring and Nico Williams. And Lamine came off in the 45th minute. Followed by a 2-2 draw versus Betis, with Pedri and Xavi Simons both scoring. But now we have our Copa del Rey final against Sevilla, and we also have our Champions League game versus PSG, so that will be played next episode. But we do need to kind of keep our players rested for that. But now McNeil's through on goal here. Gets it to them, but Araujo with a great interception. Or I think that might have been a tackle instead. But now Nico Williams has it here. We're going to get this over to Šeško. And our player just stopped the run there, but gets it to Lamine. Takes a shot. And that's a great goal by Lamine there to score to make it 1-0 in the 5th minute here. That was a great pass by Šeško as well. Threads it through the defenders. But now they're through on goal again here. Takes a shot, but Mignon with a great save there. Now Balde has it. Now Koundé has the ball here, but is going to lose it. Now we just need to make the tackle here with Araujo, but can't make the tackle there. Now Ricky Puig has the ball here. Gets it to Isaac. And now he's through on goal here. Nassi with a great tackle there. Now Gavi's going to get this to Pedri. As we get this to Šeško. Try and get that to Nico Williams, but that's going to be intercepted there. Now Lamine has it here. Gets it to Nico Williams with a great dribbling there. Takes a shot, but that's going to be saved by the keeper. Now they have the ball here. And Gavi makes a tackle there, but that pass is going to be intercepted. As they are through on goal here. Takes a shot, and that's going to go wide of the goal. I thought that was going in. Now we get this to Lamine here. And we're going to do it over top the ball to Nico Williams. Takes a shot, and that's a great goal by Nico Williams, but that is going to be offside. As we get this back to Šeško here. Tries to dribble past them, but is going to lose the ball. Now they have the ball here. And Balde with a great tackle there. We're going to get this to Lamine here. If we can. Lamine does win it. Gets it to Šeško. That's a great goal by Šeško as well there. To make it 2-0. As we're going to get this to Nico Williams. And we're going to cross this over if we can. But we couldn't. So we get this to Gavi. Get it to Šeško here. Tried to get that to Lamine, but that is going to be intercepted. And we probably should not have passed it. But that is going to be the end of the first half here. And now start of the second half, we get this over to Koundé. And now Lamine has it here. Is going to lose the ball though. It sucks there. But now Gavi with a great interception. Gets this to Nico Williams. Get that to Šeško. We're going to pass it over to Lamine. Who takes a great shot there to make it 3-0. And we are playing way better than the first game we played today. Now Simmons with a great interception. Lamine has it here. Takes a shot. And that's going to go really way over the bar. So we are going to sub off Lamine here. As we are winning 3-0. So we want him to be rested for the game against PSG. Then we also are going to put on Kubarsi for Araujo here. And that'll probably be the only substitutions for now. But now Šeško has it here. We're going to get this to Gavi. We're going to try and get that back to Šeško. As we're going to get this over to Simmons, who takes a shot. But I think that was blocked by the defender. Now we're going to get this over to Šeško. That's a great pass as well, though. Is going to lose the ball there as he couldn't get it onto his right foot. Now Šeško has it here. Gets it to Nico Williams, Now we're going to pass this over to Ansu. Tries to turn past the defender, but loses the ball. So we are going to sub off Balde for Santos, as well as Vitor Roque for Šeško. And then Fermin for Simmons. And I will also do, let's do De Jong for Koundé. But we are out of substitutions here. And so they have the ball here. Koundé with a great tackle there. And managed to win it back a second time, but it is going to be a corner. Now they're going to cross this in. And I think that Santos blocks it. And Kubarsi with a great block there. Now they're throwing goal again here. Now Koundé just needs to catch up here. Now Inacio with a great tackle there. So we get this over to Fermin. Fermin has the ball here. And we're just going to pass this over to Ansu. Tries to take a shot, but that is going to be tackled off him. And that is going to be the end of the game here. As we do manage to win our second trophy of the season. First trophy was the Super Cup. And now we win the Copa del Rey. And now in La Liga, we are in first place with 87 points. We are about 6 or 7 points ahead of Atletico Madrid. And we are going to be versing PSG in the semifinals. And our high scorer is Chesko with 40 goals and 12 assists, followed by Lamine with 35 and 11. So they're doing good. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. So bye.